Hello, this message is for someone who's being tested at the moment, and it's an important topic. Okay, something important is happening, a big decision, and basically, if this message is for you, you're kind of in the moral hot seat right now. Okay, your values are being tested. You may have not realized that. That's what I'm getting to. So, how do you know if this message is for you? Well, there's an important decision you're supposed to take right around now, and you know there's a weight to this decision. There's far-reaching, long-reaching implications. It may affect someone else you're responsible for. This could be a decision for your children, for your older parents, for your employees, people you're responsible for. It could be your pets. So this is kind of an important decision. I'm getting heavy the children thing. It might be something about your children where you're supposed to make a judgment call. Okay? And you have kind of compromise is what I'm getting here. Okay, I'm getting a spirit of compromise. But the thing about this compromise is you're not standing by your values. You've compromised in a way, or you're contemplating compromising in a way that it takes things a little too far. And if you agree to this and you go down this path, this will be just the beginning of compromising on important things and your values, basically. So this is kind of a turning point in your life where you're supposed to really double down on your values, actually. But instead, because what I'm getting is you're experiencing resistance or difficulties of some sort, obstacles to getting things done according to your values. So it's almost like you're giving in to the test. Basically, this is a test, and so the moment you see the obstacle, which there would be no test without an obstacle, you're giving in and surrendering. So I guess that's failing the test. Sorry, I hate to deliver this news, but yeah, I guess you're failing your moral test as of right now. If this message is for you, you made a decision, and maybe it's been haunting you. And so this is why you're getting this message. Okay, finally I can figure it out what this was really about. I'm like, this is not me just calling people out, is it? But no. What's happening here is you're second guessing yourself on an important decision because it compromises on your values. And so it's kind of haunting you. And so what I'm getting here is if you're thinking of backtracking and making a different choice, even though it might be the harder choice, I'm getting it's harder. Even though it might be unconventional, I'm getting it is unconventional. It's not what everyone else is doing. It's not the easy thing. It's not something you can throw money at either. It's not something you can just fix with money. This is something bigger. This is something where it would be hard to stick by your values. And it will take work and compromise and commitment, and it will ask a lot of you. But if you do it, then you're going to get rewarded by the universe big time because you will have passed the test. If you don't, you're going into quite the path here, okay? The thing is, it's not warning, because if you go down this path, you're just choosing a whole different lesson plan for yourself moving forward, and you're getting stuck in that area, and you're gonna get tested on this like all the time. Okay, it's almost like if you give in and you fail this test, what's gonna happen is God's gonna put you on a course on standing by your values. So then your whole life's gonna become about that. And all the other lesson plans you had, they're going to take a back burner, a back seat to the situation. and to your life, basically, and your whole life is going to become about this. Like everything else in your life is going to take a back seat. God will say so. And you know how it is when God says so. And instead, everything in your life is going to become a fucking moral dilemma. So I guess that's what I'm trying to save you here. So it may seem like doing this thing that you want to do to stick by your values regarding people that are depending on you, whether it's children, pets, older parents, or employees. That's what I'm getting. If you compromise on this right now, something you've already kind of might have even signed off on, okay? Because I'm getting like you made this decision, but you were backtracking. You're kind of like second guessing it now, like, oh my God, did I really just compromise on that shit? It goes against everything I am. Okay, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. It goes against everything you are, what you just did, or you're contemplating to do. So if you do that, since that was a test, it was a test to see, do you need a 10-year course on standing by your values? If you fail, God says, okay, I guess you do need it. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. And so you're going to get an intensive 10-year course on standing by your values. And it's going to be challenged you're going to be challenged left and right in every area of your life. And you won't pass and you won't get out of this until you stand by your values, and God will require you to stand on so many more harder things than just this one, because it will try to really drive the point home, okay? So if you correct course right now, and you say, okay, I'll do the harder right thing, all right, then you pass the test, and then you get to go on to whatever other lessons you had up and coming in your soul evolution now, without sidetracking into that, okay? Which is honestly how it works in general. This is just a very specific situation for some people in very specific situations, but that is generally speaking how it works in terms of life lessons. When we make a mistake, we're being tested all the time because life is a school and we come here just to learn and evolve. The point of life is evolution. And so as we learn and we evolve, you know, we make our rounds through the hierarchy of existence. So when you fail a major test in life, God will just make you work on that harder, longer, until you get it. So that's what happens. If you pass the test, you get to evolve, you get to go to the next level, and you know, you may have a level of choice on what you get to focus on. I mean, it's not that I believe in free will, it's real, but destiny is destiny, and God is a bigger system that we can even fathom, and there is just working with it. Working against God is like trying to swim against the ocean. A really bad idea. So you always want to go with God's plan. I hope that helps.